Black mothers love their sons so much. Look at this mom.
I was choosing myself and my dreams and my goal.
Your husband left a long time ago.
What are you guys doing? Just end it.
Stop putting your hands on one another. You got an issue, leave each other alone.
Money cures everything except happiness.
It's the same thing you see with black guys going out there, right?
Going to a club or a bar with your girls without me, not on my watch.
He got his girl out there pampering him like he's a baby. Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Now, before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get all my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this one. I gotta say this, because what you see here on my screen is a black woman that went out to Korea, and it's the same thing you see with black guys going out there, right? So I'll tell you why I can't hit on this. I agree with this. It's a woman who comes across like she's agreeable. She went over there and got a man from Korea. Now, think about it. There's not many women who are not agreeable that are traveling out. You do have some passport cis that are straight up garbage, right? But this is clearly not that. As you can see, she went out there open mind, open heart. And I'm proud because she's a black woman. She's out there doing her thing. I'm happy for her. But she's not the same as the woman that are left over in the States saying, I need a man to do everything for me. If he don't do what I want, he got to go. Because women doing that don't work in places like Korea. You see a lot of black women going to Thailand, and if they're not agreeable, nobody's going to deal with them. Because these guys aren't dealing with women they don't see themselves being with for long term. This is not going to do it. They're not going to tolerate that behavior, because that behavior, that independent woman behavior, that independent woman mindset doesn't work across these borders.
Oh, absolutely.
Shouts out to you.
How many people do you think are just settling in their relationships? Because I feel like it's a lot. I don't know if that's cynical, but there's so many relationships where I'm like, wow, she is totally putting up with stuff like she should not be putting up with, or vice versa, but I'm a girl, so I just always hear the girl's perspective. I'm just so curious. How many people are living a lie just because they don't want to be alone? I would rather just be alone, but I know there's so many people not like that, and they see singleness as like a bad thing. But sometimes I see couples and I'm like, what are you guys doing? What, like, just end it.
Did you? Wow.
Nonsense. I know that.
I have nothing to say. Some people just want to be miserable. It's wild. And she's pushing this on TikTok. She looks at couples and say, just end it. Maybe they're happy being with someone. Right? And also in life, it's not good to be alone. Right? If you're alone, have somebody around you. Some family, friends, something. Because that can lead to some unforeseen circumstances where people, end up doing away with life. It's wild. And by doing away with life, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to get too deep into that. But yeah.
Money cures everything. I don't care what nobody says. Money cures everything except happiness.
Please, money can't buy happiness.
Everything else is cool. Child support, even though I'm not on child, I'm just speaking in general. If you get in the courts, the other day I get pulled over, the policeman towed my car. I'm like, tow it. Called an Uber, drove home, got my the same day. In the same, because I got a couple dollars. If I get sick and they be like, hey, it's $10,000 to do this, cool, let me knock it out. If it's blah, blah, like money solves a lot of, like 80-90% of the problems. It's the happiness and health that you ain't got the business over. So I always just choose my happiness.
It's true. Money does solve a lot of things. And a lot of people I've seen this before, like probably like 100 times, been said on so many different channels. A lot of people have maybe a $10,000 problem or $100,000 problem. Like say, if you was to give someone 10,000, that would solve a lot of their problems. And that's true, right? So exactly like he explained, he has something that was 10,000. You can pay it off. That's fine. And what a lot of guys need to work on building themselves up to Not you don't necessarily have to be rich, but a lot of guys need enough money to where you got like 100,000, you can fix that $10,000, $20,000 problem without any issue. And this is the thing with me. I'm not rich, but if I was rich, I still need to live off the basics. I'm living off the basics, you know, 3, 4,000 a month. I'm good. I'm happy. My family's good. That's all that matters, right? Because that nice car, that Rolex, that big chain is irrelevant to me. It's non-existent, especially at my age. And a lot of guys get there and they realize that's what it's all about. And you get there early, but I hope a lot of guys get there sooner than later.
I wanted to know when I was born, um, what did you want from me?
I truly think that parents, mothers, black mothers especially, need to stop doing this. Like, your child is not your boyfriend, is not your husband, is not the man of the house, is not anything other than your son, and you need to understand your role in their life. Like, there's absolutely no reason that a girlfriend and fiance of somebody is fighting for a spot with the mom. Like, you need to be confident in the fact that you're actually irreplaceable. Like, you are their parent and there's no replacing that. However, they still need to go and live their lives the same way you lived yours and made your decisions. And I do need to touch on the fact that black mothers love their sons so much. Look at this mom. I bet you she's not like this with her daughter, just like a lot of black mothers are not like this with their daughters. They want their daughters gone.
I don't think that's necessarily true, but still, she's right. That's the thing, the son husband thing. It's like a plague over the black community. There's a lot of son husbands out there because a lot of black women are single. It's sad, but it's true.
For all you moms out there, remember your son is not your husband. Remember that. That is not your man. That is your son.
I love my son.
Your husband left a long time ago. He packed his bags and went through the back door a long time ago. Y'all separated. He's gone. He ain't coming back. You can't make your son your husband. No, your son got his own life. I see a lot of y'all out here asking your son to get your nails done, your toes did, and to buy gifts. That's the job that your man should be doing. He should be getting your nails done, not your son. Your man should cop you a Birkin, not your son. Relying on your son for testosterone, and that's wrong. And then you want to use God to justify it. That's cap. God even said one day a man gonna leave his house and unite with his wife and have his own life. No cap.
Facts.
One day your son gonna leave and it's gonna be you, a dog, a cat, and all your mistakes. Cap.
And then he said Happy Mother's Day, by the way. But that message is a real message. A lot of women need to take heed to that.
Sky Jackson has just been put in jail for putting her hands on her boyfriend.
Wow.
But women on social media are upset.
She got with a white pookie. Look at the braids in his hair, white pookie to the core.
Upset at him. He's actually being blamed for pushing her out of her character. And she's pregnant. So basically what happened was they was at Universal, I guess, trying to have the time of their life. But then something happened that made Sky Jackson mad when they put her hands on her boyfriend. She kept getting on him and aggressively pushing him, I guess, from what the security are saying. So they detained both of them. The boyfriend claimed that he was okay, that there's no issue between them. Sky stated that they are engaged and she is pregnant. There's no beef. Well, when police got there and reviewed cameras, they noticed that she was putting hands on him. So they arrested her. This has led women on social media to call out the boyfriend, stating that how could he allow a little girl like Sky to push on him and let herself get arrested? They're saying that it's either he can't handle a push or he brought her out of character to the point where she felt like it was appropriate to put hands on him. Let me tell you something. If I went on social media and said this dude pushing on his girlfriend was justified because she got him out of character, y'all gonna lose your mind. Take accountability. They keep telling y'all stop putting your hands on one another. And now the police ain't playing. Women been going to jail a lot for this. Stop putting your hands on one another. You got an issue, leave each other alone.
Yeah, she got ghetto. She got ghetto hoochie-fied and went off. But the moral of that story is things are good now. Of course, he didn't press charges. So they're out together and they're having fun and living life. But still, women got to realize you have to stop assaulting men, right? And we already see the issue is y'all because there's more violence in lesbian relationships than straight ones. So that goes to show the problem is y'all.
I feel like I've gotten this question a lot recently on the last couple of videos that I made, dating advice in your early 20s and in your sort of mid 20s, early 30s. And I wanted to make a video on it because I feel like a lot of the questions have a couple of really key themes.
Oh, here we go again.
In common. Now, I'm not going to share any of the specifics of any scenarios that people DM me because that's not my story to tell. But what I wanted to do was focus on the general similarities that I'm hearing. So the questions usually go something like this. I've been seeing this guy for this long, months, years, whatever it is. I really love him. He really loves me. He's a great guy, but fill in blank with whatever the concern is. And I don't know if I should stay with him or if I should leave. And I'm worried that if I leave, I will never find another man like him, or I will never find a better man, or whatever it is. Firstly, I'm never going to tell someone you need to break up with this person, right? I think that ending a relationship really needs to be a personal decision. But I want to share with you sort of my mentality when I was dating and when it shifted, because what I'm hearing a lot of is really a fear of being alone, a fear of finding someone better. And I think what this highlights is that we need a shift in mentality collectively. For me, the shift in mentality happened when I was in law school. And this was the first time that I really started to think about what I wanted my life to look like. Not just being with a man and prioritizing having a romantic partnership, but outside of that, what actually did I want to do with my life? And as I started to create this vision for myself about what I wanted my life to look like, that became my priority. And I decided then and there that I was going to live that life with or without a man. And so I assessed any relationship on the basis of whether or not it fit into the vision of the life that I had created for myself. And in my mind, there was never any doubt that I would achieve that life. So I was not worried about ending a relationship with a man thinking, oh no, I might never achieve the things that I want to achieve or whatever. It was the opposite. It was like, if he was going to hold me back from achieving things that I wanted to achieve, then I had no use for him.
Oh, wow. It depends. If he's just straight heading on you saying, no, I don't want you to do that. But a lot of women are going with that same mindset, and it's killing them. It's killing relationships for them. And they're going to that same mindset at 38 years old. And women are making choices to go with their careers. It's killing their life, right? Because they decided to put their man on hold and then never find a man like that again. You never know when that's going to be your last man, or you never know when that's going to be your last shot.
There was never any doubt that I would achieve that life. So I was not worried about ending a relationship with a man thinking, oh no, I might never achieve the things that I want to achieve or whatever. It was the opposite. It was like, if he was going to hold me back from achieving things that I wanted to achieve, then I had no use for him. And that is actually what happened, because when I was in law school, I had a serious boyfriend. And as I was going through my years in law school and developing this vision of what I wanted my life to be like, more and more I started to realize that this man didn't fit into that life. And so I ended our relationship. I didn't end it because he was a bad guy, because he did anything wrong, because we weren't compatible, or because I didn't love him. It was simply that he didn't fit into what I wanted my life to be like. And that was just the reality. And I wasn't ending it thinking, oh, I will find someone better. I was not choosing some other man. I was choosing myself and my dreams and my goals. And so it didn't matter to me if I found another man.
You can't make this up.
Like, I would have been happy if I never found another man. It wouldn't have bothered me at all. But here's the thing. I did meet other men. I met another man, and then another, and then another. And each time I was simply assessing whether or not this relationship fit into the vision of my life that I had or not. And if the answer was no, then I didn't continue the relationship. Because for me, the fear of being alone was not the driving force. For me, I would have rather been alone than give up on my dreams.
I wonder why they left.
But that's me, and I don't expect that everybody needs to be exactly like me, nor do you need your vision of your life to be exactly like my vision of my life was. I think
There's so many women are living that Oprah effect. I don't know how old she is, right? Because some people age rapidly. She could be 32 years old. Like, I don't know. Right? But she's a lawyer. I get it. But she could be 35, 40. I really can't tell. She looks about 40 to me if I'm eyeballing it. But so she's okay with giving up children. She's okay with that. And it's wild because you always see those women, right? Sometimes they'll be very prominent women. They'd be like 55 years old, or they'd be 60 years old, probably about to go in 10 years and say, oh, I wish I would have chose having a family. I wish I wouldn't have done that. And think about it. Is it all worth it at the end of the day? Is it all really worth it with choosing not to have a family? Because a lot of women are doing that. And it's sad seeing them do it, to be honest with you. Because when I see it, I don't think, okay, like, I don't think she's going through trauma, but that trauma is going to come later. Why put yourself through it? That's how I see it.
I think it's okay for women in a relationship to party.
Come on. Let's get real here. In my opinion, places like bars and clubs, they are for single people. So these are the places for hookups. As a man, why would I be okay with this? When they go to these kind of places, they get approached by the guys non-stop, all the time. So you're being offered free drinks, being offered attention, going to a club or a bar with your girls without me, not on my watch. Boat trips or vacations, go to another country or like, I don't know, another island with your girls. The whole thing is just not right, okay? It's not gonna solidify the relationship, damage it.
Yeah, so that right there was a Filipina with a foreigner. And of course, why would any man allow a woman to go clubbing, especially in the West? But this is in the Philippines. And yes, some women out there still do it. So it's another brother. And this right here is a passport bro, right? Now, guys are going out here. It's wild, man. I love seeing this because it's guy after guy after guy. He's out in Korea. His girl is washing his hair. He's being pampered. He got his girl out there pampering him like he's a baby. Actually, this is an African guy. So he's out there living the life, man. And this is exactly why black guys are trying to go out there.
Love has no boundaries.
And trying to go everywhere and trying to leave the States and going everywhere because they see, wait a minute, it's never going to change. Right? I saw it years ago. I'm talking, this was what? 2015 for me. I looked up, I said, these women are not changing. I guess it's because I came from New York too. And I seen it all. I seen the Sex and the City types. And I saw the way it was. And I said, it's a continuous flow to where it's never going to change. And 9 years, 10 years later, it's still the same.
I love it. I love it.
Now, me, I wanted to put myself, and also wanted to put myself in a position when times get hard. I'm around better people, around people that understand turmoil or are ready to go through turmoil, right? I want to put myself in a position of a place that I love and people that I love, and also a person that I love. So I met my lady, and I chose to come out here, and I love it. I'm never going back. I haven't been back yet. I haven't been back since. And I'm going on year 10 next year. And I'm living proof. I'm happy. And I know you guys make that move no matter which country you choose, you'll be happy too. Because you're going to realize it's definitely more to life than doing anything that's not that.